This is a special presentation from the Brighton Central School District Board of Education.
Good evening. Welcome to the Brighton Central School District Board of Education business meeting for Tuesday, October 14th. This meeting is called to order. To begin with, we're going to start with our heroes and headlines and ask Dr. McGowan to tell us who we're going to learn about tonight and how they've impacted the community.
Thank you very much. Just two individuals that we would like to point out. This is a new tradition we started last year, having an opportunity really to just mention when awards have been won, when people have done great things, and save a space on the agenda to point these awesome accomplishments out to you. The first is Erin Masick. Erin is a data management specialist with the district, and in April, she was nominated as a Monroe County Youth Advocate of the Year. As a Girl Scout leader, she coordinated the Wreaths Across America program in Churchville and Riga for 5 years. The program honors the sacrifices of veterans buried in area cemeteries, and the ceremony is part of a nationwide effort to remember and honor those who served in the armed forces. So we'd like to point Erin out as a hero who made headlines. Can you join me in giving Erin a round of applause? And our second is Colleen Hall. Brighton High School English teacher Colleen Hall was recently named a finalist for the 2026 New York State Teacher of the Year honor. Each year, New York selects a teacher whose passion for teaching, involvement in their community, impact on their school's culture far exceeds expectations. As both a superintendent and parent of a former student with Colleen Hall, I will tell you I'm incredibly proud of this recognition. Saw it firsthand myself, how just amazing Colleen is as a teacher and contributor in our school district. Unmistakable enthusiasm, kindness, thoughtfulness. It's contagious. She is a dynamic educator. She consistently delivers engaging, thought-provoking instruction that inspires not only her students but also her colleagues. Spend 10 seconds in Colleen Hall's classroom and you would not want to leave. She is this engaging, dynamic personality as a storyteller, as an English teacher, that you just want to be around, and all kids seem to have that feeling. She sets a standard of excellence, serving as a model for teachers across our district. Beyond the recognition is a true reflection of her dedication and the heart she brings to her work every single day. She went through a rigorous interview process. We had a site visit. Many of us met with the representatives from this particular program and had the opportunity to really speak to what a great person she was. But it was no joke to go through this gauntlet, and really showed by the time she got to the point of being a finalist what an exceptional educator she is and how that is viewed by her peers and her coworkers. So thank you for letting me acknowledge her as a hero who made a headline. Thank you.
Thank you. I think between that and Brighton, our Brighton Believes Awards, it's always a great way to start our public sessions. Next up, we always offer the opportunity for public participation for people who may have questions or comments for the school board. Is there anyone here who is interested in speaking? It's a no from Principal Tappan again, so we will assume that we're on to the next. Next up, you all have received an advanced copy of tonight's agenda. Any comments, questions, or edits to that agenda? Motion to approve.
So moved.
Moved by Susan.
Second.
Seconded by Esther. All those in favor?
Aye.
Also have the minutes from our September 30th meeting. Had a chance to review that. Any edits, comments, or questions with regards to those minutes? Motion to approve.
So moved.
Moved by Carrie Lynn.
Second.
Seconded by Clayton. All those in favor?
Aye.
A couple personnel issues to hit. First on the agenda is the approval of a teaching assistant recommendation for Andrea Kelly. You've all had a chance to read that and review that. Looks like an outstanding person. Questions with regards to this approval? Motion to approve.
So moved.
Moved by Esther.
Second.
Seconded by Susan. All those in favor?
Aye.
Dr. McGowan, I'll give you a chance to talk about Andrea.
Sure. Andrea and both Mark Engel and Dana Hastrich will be on the next motion for tenure. These are all people receiving tenure out of the cycle because of their start dates or other ways that their time ends up being that they're not being recognized at the normal, I should say, it's all normal, but at the June board meeting when we have a celebration for them. So we are obligated and excited to honor all of them at this point and recommend their tenure approval, but we will celebrate them fully, read their whole bio, have them and their family here, but we'd like for them to be able to celebrate with everybody And not that this crowd is not big enough, but we'd like them to have the honor and the status that goes with that. So all three of them are acted on right now, but we will fully acknowledge them in the June meeting.
And based on the actual approval, the recommendations written for them are absolutely outstanding individuals, and we're lucky to have them working with our kids.
Yes.
They really are special humans, for sure.
I am going to ask, Dr. McGowan mentioned it, but I'll also do an approval for the teacher tenure recommendations for both Mark Engel and Dana Hastrich. Any questions with regards to those recommendations? Motion to approve,
So moved.
moved by Carrie Lynn,
Second?
seconded by Clayton. All those in favor?
Aye.
We also have a dual agreement for approval tonight. Questions with regards to that agreement? You've had a chance to review it. Motion to approve,
So moved.
moved by Esther,
Second.
seconded by Susan. All those in favor? Also have a acceptance of the annual financial statements and management letter for the period ending June 30th, 2025. Susan and I had a chance to go through audit committee earlier this evening, and we'll do an update on that in the other reports. But very happy with this school district's financial state, as it were, and grateful for the work of Lou Limo and Dahlia Watts and that entire team. But are there any questions from the board with regards to these financial statements and the management letter? Motion to, do I say motion to accept or motion to approve? Motion to approve,
So moved?
moved by Clayton,
Second.
seconded by Esther. All those in favor?
Aye.
We now have reports for the night. Samantha's not here, so, okay. We do not have our student representative available. Knowing her, she's either participating in an athletic event, participating in an arts event, or studying for an academic event.
Or all
So-
three at the
Or
same time?
all three of those at the same time. You're
That's right.
absolutely right. So we wish her the best of luck with whichever of those activities. Board of Education, our Monroe County School Board Association reports. Both Karen Hatch, who's not available tonight, and I attended district operations. That was back on September 17th. It was all about civil service and that very confusing world. Great discussion in terms of the different things that sort of happen and the reasons for some of the rules and procedures within civil service. Great discussion. Heard some feedback from a number of different school districts. A lot of great questions in that, talking to a couple of attorneys there. So good session. Our next session is actually tomorrow, and it's the session with District Ops tomorrow is building a safety culture for the K through 12 environment. So anxious to hear about that as well. Information exchange.
Go ahead. You want to do it? You go ahead. Okay. Both Carrie Lynn and I attended the info exchange via Zoom. We listened to Casey Kisorek, who is the superintendent of schools at the Hilton School District, as well as Adam Geist, who is the assistant superintendent for business at Hilton School District. And they talked at length about the shared services that they provide for, along with other districts in their area, and that ranges from anywhere between, anything between stop arm cameras, making sure that all of their school buses have those cameras on their buses, fuel sharing, shared committees. They have a shared committee for their annual Apple Festival, special police for all of their special events, including their food truck rodeos and their special large events, high school art show, which is now at the Hilton Community Center, which used to be at another facility that was not as neutral, and so they relocated it, and the community really appreciates that. Now everyone feels included. All the community and all the communities surrounding Hilton feel included to come to the art show, postage and carrier services, annual banquet vote now that has moved to the town of Parma, from the town of Parma to the town of Parma Town Hall, another safe space, again, so everyone feels safe to go to vote. So that was the gist of the information exchange this time.
I think, okay. When's your next meeting? Do you know off the top of your head?
Do we know? I don't know
Let's
that
say-
did off the top
okay.
of my head.
That's okay.
Apologies for that.
No worries. Legislative.
Yes, I can take that, Chair Davis,
Great.
thank you. So, every year, the New York State School Board Association holds an annual business meeting that really shapes sort of the policy positions and I would say the direction that the NYSSBA goes in. I am fortunate to be able to sit in that meeting, which is occurring on Thursday. Did an orientation, because I'm a new school board member right before this, but really look forward to representing our district, our board, on the deliberations so that we can have our hand in shaping the state's policy agenda and advocacy agenda as relates to school boards going forward. So looking forward to that meeting on Thursday. My understanding it's going to be a 3 or 4 hour meeting, so I'll bring my popcorn and make sure that we're well represented. Thank you.
And maybe dinner too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Great. Thank you very much. BOCES, I'll do a couple quick updates. As we state each time, we are very fortunate that our former board president, Mark Kokanovich, is our representative to Monroe One BOCES, and he has an update for me right here. A couple of quick things, and this is interesting. Their student board members, plural, have joined and have been involved in an active onboarding process with them. They have 5 student reps who will be attending their meetings and functions on a revolving basis. So very interesting the way that BOCES is doing, given the breadth of their activities, so that's not terribly surprising. They've approved their 2025-2026 organizational goals. I wish Karen was here because here's the quick update on the bus fleet electrification study update undertaken by LaBelle Associates. Quote, not surprising and similar to most districts, this New York State directive presents multiple significant challenges. 2 of those that stand out for Monroe One are, due to the unique nature of current BOCES bus runs, only 4 of our current 24 runs would be considered feasible for operation. And Fairport Electric, supplier to Monroe One, Fairport main campus, cannot provide the necessary level of electrical service without very significant upgrades to their capacity infrastructure. That was a mouthful. So great directive. It's right-minded, I think, and it's just going to be super difficult to execute in the time frame expected. So not an unusual. Last thing I'll note here is that our next meeting, and I'll say this at the end of the meeting as well, which is October 28th, 2 weeks from tonight, which is at Frez. Mark will be here with the new Monroe One superintendent, Dr. Kathy Huber. Took over for Dan White. You're familiar with Kathy, I think.
Kathy Albert, we know
choice.
Kathy really well. She's a super person. She worked quite a bit with Allison, and Allison's role in particular, but she has been the deputy for a bit, and really sharp person, so looking forward to having you meet her too.
Great addition, super. Other board member reports. Clayton, I'll start down with you and we'll work up this way.
This is for the.
Any other committees or anything else you're working on? You may
I don't
not have
any
an
other.
update. That's
Yeah, no, I'm
absolutely
sorry.
fine.
Outside
Nope.
of the legislative committee,
Nope.
I haven't sat in any other within the last week and a half.
Yeah.
I apologize.
No worries. Carrie Lynn?
Yep, I participated in the library program evaluation group. So we spent time solidifying our evaluation objectives and began drafting survey questions for the different stakeholders in the community and how we want to gather the information that we're looking for. Oh, and I went to the Brighton, sorry.
That's all right.
Went to the Brighton Believes 5K, which was amazing. We had over,
Wait, was it the Believe? Or is it the?
Oh, yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it was
I was
good.
so coordinated. It was, I'm sure you guys will speak about it, but it was such an awesome event, and there was like over 200 participants just in the regular 5K, and there was tons of kids, and there were so many kids that did their own adventure run that ended up running a 10K. It was unbelievable. So
I just ran into actually a pediatrician yesterday whose son said that for every lap he took, he got a new bracelet.
Yep.
So he must have done 50 laps.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
he was Fitbit was at 40,000.
there were really
based on
some
your
kids
event.
who ran almost 10K.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was amazing.
In that event. So it was a great community event. Fun to be a part of.
Esther?
The school-based opportunity teams meeting was on September 25th. It was our first meeting of the year. All the teams from all 4 buildings met at district office along with district leaders, and we were joined by Svetlana Stoel and Kyle Sciovira from BOCES. And we touched base on what the teams focused on last year and what we are going to be focusing on this coming year. And then all of our teams broke off and met individually in separate rooms to talk about our specific goals for each building. We we were also advised, everyone was advised to watch a Netflix documentary called Join or Die, which is a 2023 film that argues that joining clubs and other community organizations is essential for personal well-being and the health of American democracy, which speaks directly to our sense of belonging initiative at the high school.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to see the film, but that's definitely on my list to do. On October 6th, many of us, the board, Christina, Karen, and you, Larry, we attended the new family reception at Council Rock Preschool. Jeff Green and his team put on a lovely spread for all the families. It was pretty well attended. It was a lovely opportunity to meet the families new to our district. Friends of Rachel Club also attended and hosted games and face painting for the kids. It was a really nice event. I attended the Brighton Believes meeting. I missed the 5K, but we had our Brighton Believes meeting on October 9th. We discussed the success of Homecoming Weekend and a few upcoming events, including Red Ribbon Week, which is beginning on October 27th, the town's semi-annual electronics recycling and secure department shredding event. Now that's a mouthful. on October 22nd from 9 to 12. That's going to take place in the Brighton Highway Department parking lot. And also the semi-annual pharmaceutical take-back, which is on Saturday, October 28th from 10 to noon at the Town Hall Public Safety Wing. So these and other upcoming events can be found at our website, BCSD website. Click on Community in the top bar, and then scroll down to Brighton Believes Council. You can learn more about those events and other events that are coming up. I'm going to be attending the ENL Family Potluck Family Picnic at the Buckland Park tomorrow. Curriculum Council's first meeting is on the 23rd of October, and Hiring Practices first committee meeting is on October 16th.
So I need to get Esther involved in more things. Let me make note of that right here.
Be like you.
Wow.
I'm here to serve.
Wow.
It's just 2 Tuesdays a month for an hour or
Too
two.
much.
That's
It's
all
too
it
much.
is.
I'm
That's
ready
all
to, I'm
board
ready to
service
spread,
is.
I'm ready to spread the love,
There you go.
whatever you want.
Dr. Gasparino.
All right, well, it's not going to sound like that. That is very impressive. I will lamely say that all of us did attend actually homecoming weekend, and we all
Yes,
got to
yes.
participate in the
That's
parade.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
But this side of the table represented, we watched the students with their school pride, we cheered them on during the various games that were going on, and it was a really wonderful experience. All the students were safe, and it was a great experience. The district-wide safety committee met on October 8th, where the committee received a visitor awareness system implementation update. They also went on to review the drop-off and potential changes to traffic pattern procedures at TCMS. And they also went on to review the building-level cardiac response team update. And that was it.
A couple of things here, construction ongoing. We've got bids that will be open in the first week of November. Phase 2 is well along, and the work in these schools continues. Grateful as always to the buildings and grounds teams who do such great work. Did the exec committee actually with Dr. McGowan, which is a meeting of the board presidents and the superintendents. Well, with Monroe County, always good to catch up with those folks. And as noted, we had audit committee today. My thanks to Dr. Gasparino for sitting in because 2 of our members were traveling. I'll say 2 quick things. One having to do with safety. As I was walking in, the auditor was coming in and was appropriately checked in with picture ID.
Excellent.
And we followed the process, which was good when you have an auditor in the building. So that worked out really great. But I noted this earlier when we accepted the financial reports. We have an exceptional financial team, and it's led by Lou and Dahlia. They do great work, and they do great work from a strategic standpoint, and they do great work from a day-to-day blocking and tackling.
Yep.
So grateful for them. We got an unqualified opinion, which is a great thing, from the auditor. We're able to review and ask some questions today, so audit gets right into it and looks at it, and I'm grateful for the work that our finance people are doing. So that was all great. Yes, sir.
Could I follow up on that with our financial team as
Sure.
a new board member? When I go to these orientations and I see Lou and other folks from this board and this district represented, it really means something to me to know that they've been asked to do that, to be a representative not only for the district, but to speak to the county and other folks on that.
Yeah, let me add Phil to that, just as
That's
background.
not nothing, yeah.
So Monroe County School Boards does a training for all new board members,
Thank you,
which
yes.
obviously you are.
Yes, I'm knee
And
deep in
Monroe
it.
County, across 15 or 18 towns or whatever the number is, uses Lou Alimo to come in and do
Yeah.
the financial training
Yeah.
out of all of them.
Every
So,
district has a financial person. They can ask anybody to do that. They ask Lou.
Yep.
That's not nothing.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Okay. Appreciate that, thank you very much. Okay, Kristen first, sorry, I almost jumped off you. Kristen, you're first.
All right, so you can tell school is starting. I've got a longer report than September's. At Council Rock, Mrs. Lyons' second grade class used chlorophyll from their leaf rubbings to create summer landscapes. Jumping over to Frez in health education, their start of the year of learning the district's new decision-making model called Choices. And this framework will give them a step-by-step process for thinking through challenges, weighing their options, and practicing responsible decision-making. It'll be used in different contexts during the year so that students can apply it in meaningful ways. Also at Frez, in Mrs. Dashill's fourth grade class, they have a really cool project going on. So take a minute to look at those pictures, but they are working with Lollipop Farm to give their adoptable animals a voice. The kids are writing persuasive paragraphs from the perspective of the animal, giving information about why they should be adopted.
I love that.
And then they're displaying the paragraphs next to the animals at Lollipop Farm. And the students are going to be able to go out to Lollipop Farm to meet the animals in person. And the school is hoping that through this project, students will see how they can make a change in their community. So if you have a chance to get out to Lollipop Farms and see that, it would be really neat. Art department shared projects that they started at each grade level. In third, they're doing a project called Drawing the Breath, and they explored the connection between breath, emotion, and movement by creating line drawings that represented their own breathing patterns. And they used marker crayon and watercolors to add emotion to their work, transforming simple lines into powerful visual expressions. At fourth grade, they kicked the year off with a mixed media mashup. And they used a dice game to mix up the materials that they would use in their project. Everything from markers and pens to colored pencils, collage, acrylic, quick sticks, and watercolors. And the project encouraged creative combinations and bold experimentation for their first artwork of the year. In fifth grade, they started with a name logo design, turning the letters of their name into a signature logo. And after designing custom sketchbook covers, they're going to bring that logo to life as a 3D clay tile. So this project combined graphic design with sculpture, helping students express their identity through both 2D and 3D art. Across the street at TCMS, TCMS Strong participated in the homecoming parade. The 8th grade student leaders with TCMS Strong have been doing a great job at the start of the school year. TCMS is also hosting 4 Fulbright scholars this year from Israel, Indonesia, Brazil, and the Philippines. In September, they had an opportunity to tour central office with Jeff Green to see some of the additional programs that we offer in our district. And then they went to ODE with Team 6-2, where they all said they felt like kids again. 7th grade technology with Ellen Harp worked on a straw bridge project where they worked with a partner to design a bridge with straws, and Ellen shared lots of photos of the projects that they completed. The 6th grade teams report 275 6th graders participated in outdoor ed this year, with over 60 parents volunteering to help kids with archery, fishing, a nature scavenger hunt, an egg drop challenge, making s'mores over a campfire. And they wanted to give a big thanks to the Rotary staff and all of the parents who came out to help. At Brighton High School, math teachers Andrea Doyle and Marissa Kenrick shared their thinking classroom. It highlights student collaboration using non-permanent surfaces, vertical surfaces, and summary discussion. And they also shared photos of their classes working on a community building activity, which was a marble challenge, where students have to make a marble run for the longest amount of time compared to their classmates. And they did that project in the Integrated Algebra Regions class. Student leaders at BHS of the Latino Student Union, senior Luisa Bontek and sophomore Eden Rosales, participated as student speakers at the Town of Brighton 2025 commemoration of Hispanic Heritage Month, September 26th. Luisa and Eden gave insightful and inspiring remarks on Hispanic Heritage Month and Latinx identity. Heather Gabriel submitted a little blurb for the high school about the BHS teacher Angela Dana, who we also share at TCMS. Angela Dana is a literary specialist at BHS and works with students individually and in small groups. And this year she's pushing into a special education English class. Heather wrote that this model for service delivery allows Angela to reinforce decoding and comprehension strategies that she has taught her students outside of the classroom within the existing English curriculum. And that she's a welcome support to teachers and related service providers and has developed lovely and trusted connections with her students and their families. The collaboration between special education and Angela has been trajectory-changing help to many students. And finally, in Global 9, in Amy Malloy's classroom, the kids have had a number of hands-on learning experiences, including having the kids try to peel an orange without breaking the peel. And this activity is used to explain math projections, illustrating that flattening a sphere like the Earth onto a flat surface inevitably causes distortion, tearing, and stretching, a concept which is called the orange peel problem. And they did a written reflection after participating in that activity.
Love it.
And that's the teacher report for.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Really
Excellent
great.
pictures
Thank you.
as always. Dr. Dan.
All right, good evening. I'm excited to share some highlights from across the district to start off the school year for the PTSA. At Council Rock, we kicked off September with a successful school supplies drive for pencils and paper. Families donated enough to fill 2 large bins, and we are grateful to Taylor Feuderman for her leadership in coordinating that effort. The PTSA also participated in kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade curriculum nights, which were all well attended. Fun Food Friday returns in September with fall-themed applesauce treats, thanks to Hope Kegel for organizing and to Kelsey Dunning for supporting his building chair. We also hosted the Brighton Believes 5K, Square One Art Night, a creative fundraising opportunity led by Caitlin Brandt and Emily Maurer with support from Tara Keller as building chair. And finally, school pictures were held earlier this month, thanks to Jamie Smith and Clara Sanguinetti for their hard work, with Kelsey again providing support. At French Road Elementary School, the PTSA started the year with an orientation for events chairs and a popsicle with the principal's event, where nearly 400 popsicles were shared with students and families. Hospitality has been a big focus. We decorated and provided snacks for staff meetings, organized a staff breakfast to welcome everyone back, and offered bus helpers on the first day of school to ensure a smooth start for our youngest students. Special thanks to Emilou Dowell for coordinating bus helpers, and to Kevin Chernikoff for leading our backpack and supply drive, and to Valerie Bodkin for organizing our library helpers. September also brought a Fun Food Friday, back-to-school picnic, and a school picture day. At 12 Corners Middle School, the PTSA supported students with orientations, locker days, and hospitality for staff on the first day of school. We held our first PTSA meeting with the principal and supported curriculum night. One important note for families: some 8th grade events dates have been adjusted since the printed calendars went out. Updates have been shared via the Parent Square and the Class of 2030 Facebook group, and the online calendar reflects the correct dates now. At Brighton High School, the PTSA activities included school pictures, curriculum night, staff hospitality, and our first meeting with the principal. District-wide, the PTSA approved the final budget for the 25-26 school year, and fundraising is off to a strong start with calendar sales available at Ars Market and the always popular food truck rodeo held in early September. And finally, the Special Education Committee will host an October meeting on functional behavior assessment plans and functional behavior assessments and behavior intervention plans.
Excellent job repping the swag too, Dr. Dan.
See what you did there.
Really
See
well
what you did
done.
there.
As you both said,
Yeah.
school has started and it's up and running, so thank you both for your updates. Dr. McGowan.
So not a ton to add. Those are awfully comprehensive, and I think about the board member reports, there's quite a bit, of course, going on as well. A few things, though. We do celebrate all of you and all of the unbelievable things that you do, and I know you're humble and modest about it and would prefer not to have the limelight, but you're going to get it at the end of August, or at the end of October. at the next meeting at French Road, so we're really excited about that. But people will see on social media that there's across the state School Board Recognition Week happening officially this week by the Governor's Proclamation, but where it fits for us when kids can come and perform. And we celebrate all of the things that you support and make happen for us at that particular meeting. So we're very excited about that. Homecoming was awesome. The 5K was super. I think about all the great things that you're involved in and the time you're spending. We appreciate it. But also thank you to both of you and the groups that you represent for making it a pretty incredible couple months of school. And Friday we had Superintendent's Conference Day, as you know. A lot of great work done around AI, transfer goals, equitable grading practices. The staff was really engaged in some very important professional learning, and we're excited about that. And please don't forget, pancakes all day Thursday.
Rotary.
Lunch, dinner, you take some home with you. Rotary Pancake Day raises a lot of money in our community for really great projects, many of which involve our kids and families. So if you have
Located at?
tickets. It is all day long, Temple Birth Kodesh. I'm not sure if I mentioned to you lunch and dinner. Lunch is 11:30 to 1:30, dinner 4:30 to 7, and there is both dining room service and takeout. Several of us would probably be happy to serve you a pancake or 7 if you'd like to come. The sausage is pretty great if that's your thing. But we have tickets also if anyone would like to purchase them, but you can buy them at the door also. It is really a great, great event. So thanks.
Get your flapjacks here.
You got it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, next up, we have an approval of a cooperative bid for fine paper. Obviously, one of the benefits we get for the community is cooperative pricing with BOCES, so we can get the lowest prices possible. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Moved by Clayton,
Second?
seconded by Esther. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next up, we have the consent agenda, which includes, as always, field trip approvals, a number of different fundraising activities here, always the eating, always good for you. Make sure you get out and eat. That's always good. There's a list here. And as always, when we have a gift, we do read that gift out loud. So Clayton, I'll ask you to read this gift, please.
So this is for the first one. The BCS vocal groups.
No, right down at the
Oh, no, it's
bottom,
at the
D
bottom,
and
Where it says gift. Right.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
No,
there.
you're all right.
Yep,
Yeah.
nope,
You're all right.
I skipped ahead.
It's fine, print.
So this is dated September 26, 2005, to Jeff Green, BCSD. Hi, Jeff. Here's the check to support Brighton High School students who will be traveling to visit historically black college and university schools. We're happy to assist these students in determining where they will attend college. Signed, Scott Anthony, Treasurer. It gives me great pleasure to read that gift as a second-generation graduate from a historically black college and university. Thank you, Chair Davis.
And I'll note that gift is in the amount of $2,500, so particularly appreciative of that gift.
Thank you.
Greatly benefit from the Alumni Association. Motion to approve the consent agenda as noted.
So moved.
Moved by Susan,
Second?
seconded by Carrie Lynn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Quickly before we adjourn, Clayton's got a 4 or 5 hour meeting Thursday. It's starting at 4 o'clock for NYSBA. That's statewide, so thank you for representing the community.
It's my
on our
pleasure.
behalf. It's just 2 Tuesdays a month, an hour or 2, that's all it is. Our next meeting, it's been referred to a couple times, is at Frez. It's 2 weeks from tonight, so we'll be at Colleen's house. Outstanding, and look forward to that. And did I pronounce her name right? Is it Kathy Huber? Hulber? Okay, so Dr. Kathy Hulber, who is the new Monroe 1 BOCES superintendent, will be there that night, so we'll have a chance to meet her. That's very exciting. And as always, to our AV crew, shorthanded a little bit tonight, Mike and Bill, thank you very much for making this possible and accessible to the community. Greatly appreciated, dollar bill. Okay, with that, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Clayton,
Second.
seconded by Carrie Lynn. All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
This has been a special presentation from the Brighton Central School District Board of Education.